Hey guys, how we doing? Jordan here again, doing a actual redo of an older saber review, SaberForge Saber Review. My GrandMaster Saber Review and my GrandMaster Staff Review really bothered me. The quality was terrible. I was in transition at the time and didn't have a great place or even a decent camera to do it with, and the saber is just so bloody beautiful that I just thought that it needed to be redone. So that's what I'm doing tonight. So without further ado, I would like to show you guys the SaberForge GrandMaster and GrandMaster Staff SaberForge Saber Review. And here is this beautiful piece of machinery, this gorgeous saber. I absolutely love this thing. I mean, it's got a little backwards here. It's just beautiful. For such a simple saber, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, I did request mine in a high polish, and I do believe I have, or at the time had, one of the very first ones. And when I asked for it in a high polish, I believe it kind of set things in motion, because the hilt's a little more than your standard hilt, that they were all going to be in a high polish. So I haven't seen anybody else's out there yet, even till now. I still haven't seen anybody post theirs or do a video of theirs yet, but I think they're all going to be high polish, or at least the aluminum finish. You're not going to have a powder coated, it won't be the full powder coated hilt like the Phoenix or Katana, or Tano, I should say, the SaberForge Tano, which is great because I think most of us really prefer the aluminum and high polish look over the gray powder, the silver powder coat. To me, it just dulls the saber. That's why I stripped it off my Tano, to bring the shine out and give it that stainless look. Now, this is the GrandMaster single hilt, and I actually did the install on this myself. It does have the Viridian soundboard in it. It's done with the ASP, SaberForge Adaptive Saber Parts System. This is not an ASP hilt, nor will it be as of now. I guess the man hours and the itty bitty parts and the amount of time it takes to put one of these together is a little more than what SaberForge bargained for. And without a crystal chamber, it's just not worth the time and effort to keep producing it. So if you don't have one and have yet to have one, if they are still available, jump on them, because I know there are very few of these out there, period. Rather, SaberForge or any other saber company has made a Satil Shan saber. But if you love her saber, jump on this, because this will probably be a few and far in between chance of ever getting one. And it's just a gorgeous hilt. Even without the etching, it's absolutely beautiful. Somewhere down the line, I am definitely going to have mine etched. I just haven't found anybody yet who is willing to take on the job. Because if you've seen Satil Shan's saber, that sucker is filled with detail. Now, this saber is extremely simple and elegant, but there's tons of detail, as you can tell, throughout the saber without all the etching. The dummy switches are beautiful, the inlays are very nice, and then you have these little decorative cuts in the hilt that are just beautiful. And then you have these triple windows that are on every side of the saber, which are really nice. And when I fire it up, you'll be able to see the color through there. This is a champion hilt. It's, like I said, it's Viridian sound. So let me fire this sucker up for you, and we'll get the boot up sound. This is a medium blue. I thought it was the most canon color for the hilt. And it's absolutely beautiful. You can see the windows. Really nice. It's so bright that they're blurring out the windows, and I have a awesome new camera, so it's not the camera this time. It's the LED. It's just super, super bright. These are both 12 watt pluses, which are fantastic. And then we have the kick butt new blade plug, which I'll show you when I fire it, when I turn it back down. And you have your saber sounds. This has got a new blade plug too. It's inset into the plug like the Apprentice sabers, but they really did some kick butt detail. If I can show you that, if it'll zoom in on it. The only thing about this new camera I don't like is the auto zoom isn't that great, but the visual altogether is so much better than my old videos. Just a beautiful new plug. Fantastic. Beautiful new plug. And then the pommel on this thing is gorgeous. I don't know if you guys remember, SaberForge released a vote if you wanted a long pommel, a short pommel, or a medium pommel on this thing. And I think they ended up actually going with the middle pommel, the medium, and it's perfect. It's not too long, it's not too short and stubby. It's right there in the middle. It's got a nice high polish outer ring, inner ring, and then your powder coated deep rings in the middle, which are absolutely beautiful. 2.0 cover tech knob, the most beautiful cover tech knob out there on the market. Absolutely gorgeous. And then here we have our dummy switches that really make it look like Satil's saber. They don't do anything, they're just screwed in, but they are gorgeous. Now, when I did the install on the saber on my own, I did have to grind down the bolts because those suckers were sticking in there about 1/4 inch, and there was just absolutely no way to get the soundboard in there with them sticking out. So if you do decide to get the saber and do an install yourself, you will have to do some work on the interior of the saber. Still was a lot easier to install on this saber than it was on the Tano. The Tano, it's just one tough saber. It's really tight on the inside. But it's a beautiful saber. But if you do an install on it, it's definitely tight in there. So let me take the blade plug out of this, and we will put a blade in there. It's been a while since this saber has seen, and this is the blade plug. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really nice detail work there. Absolutely love it. And it's a deep blade socket too. It's really nice. So we'll put the blade in here. I am running a 27-inch V4 blade from SaberForge, just because it fits in the screen better. But here we go, medium blue, 12 watt plus. Killer bright. No flare. Clean through the tip. Absolutely gorgeous. Really like the way this color turned out. It's actually my favorite blue, other than the cyan. It's a beautiful blue. Deep blue to me is really dark and almost an indigo. The light blue is too light for me, but this medium blue is beautiful. It's absolutely perfect. You just can't go wrong with medium blue. It's just the perfect blue. They really nailed it. And that's the saber color with the 27-inch blade. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like with its counterpart, and I'm hoping that I can get it in the screen. So you unthread your pommel, and then we grab its twin, and this is the second half of the staff, which also has the ASP Champion kit in there, medium blue, 12 watt plus. And then we have this gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, I don't know if you can see it, the detail. This is the coupling. That's absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to get it. There we go. Really nice. And then you have these bushings, these metal ring bushings, and they actually are what helps make the saber line up. So if you're having trouble lining up your saber, that's what does it. Those rings, and they send you the shim, the ring shims, or however, whatever you want to call them. They send them with the saber, so it helps you line everything up. Now I line this saber up based on the cover tech knobs. You can get the shims out and line them up. So yeah, I line it up based on the cover tech knob because the way I hold it, and I like my switches lined up, but the dummy switches aren't. Now I did notice, and another friend of mine on the group noticed, that when you hold the saber to ignite it, like if it was your saber, your pointer finger is on one switch and your thumb is on the other. So it actually works out the way it's supposed to. Like if I was holding the saber, you know, like you saw Darth Maul in the prequels, and he's shoom shoom and he lights this thing up. This is, I think, how he would, you know, be holding it to do so. Or how Satele was doing it when she's running through the woods and just kicking ass. So it actually works out perfectly if these were the ignition switches. So, but here is the GrandMaster Staff, and it's fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a good weight, not too heavy, not too light. You know, it feels like a weapon. Extremely loud when they're both ignited, which I'll do in a second. And it's just an awesome saber, and really beautiful. I actually have not been able to get some of my sabers that are still around up on display yet, but this one was the first one I put up on display just because it's a really nice piece to look at. People see it and they wonder what it is, and then when I tell them, they just can't believe that it's a toy and how elegant it is and how beautiful it is. This is a really gorgeous piece. They really did a great job over there at SaberForge coming up with this and creating this, and it's really fantastic. So I really wanted to redo it and you know, give it justice, because the earlier review I did on this wasn't all that great. I will leave them up for people who have questions, but I am going to post this one as the newest, latest, and greatest version of the GrandMaster Staff. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it turned out better than the original. You can actually see the saber this go around. And one more time, I'm going to fire them both up so you can see how awesome this thing is. Really cool saber, guys. If you haven't got your hands on one and it's something you have wanted, it's on your wish list, it's your dream list, get one. It is worth it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and this is definitely my favorite saber that I have as of now. I pressed Philip for this for months before he was willing to do it for me before the release. So sorry, Philip, for driving you crazy on it, but it was worth it. It's absolutely fantastic, and I just want to thank SaberForge so much, and I want to thank the guys at SaberForge, the team there. They're doing a fantastic job. You guys just keep up the awesome work you're doing, and thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.